Hey everyone, in this video I've got several pieces of big news items for QuantumScape stock investors that you're not going to want to miss. So let's get right into these big news items.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
Starting with a statement from the CEO talking about their first prototype. So we shipped our first AO prototype sales to prospective customers in Q4 2022, and that was with the goal of providing a proof of concept demonstration of a 24-layer anode-free solid-state lithium metal battery cell. Now, if you've been following QuantumScape stock, then you probably already know what the company is about. It's trying to deliver an innovative battery technology to the electric vehicle market. But those of you that are new, that's what the company is trying to do, and if it succeeds in this, it's a big improvement from the existing technology in the market, and so QuantumScape has the potential for big massive gains, although the company has yet to deliver any sales to customers or any sales to show to investors. So let's continue here. Management saying that the results from these tests set a new high water mark for lithium metal battery performance. So this technology would be the best. It would be the best in class, the best in the market. So they've now separately demonstrated three key aspects of their production intent cell design: 24 layers, higher cathode loading, and the new cell format. When these aspects are combined, along with improvements in their packaging efficiency and manufacturing process controls, it forms the core of their first commercial product, the QSE5. That's forming what they intend to launch into the market. But again, it's not yet finalized and they have yet to deliver this product to the market. That's why I always say this company is in very early stages. It's not yet proven that it even has a product that the market desires. And so there's a long way to go for QuantumScape before it can be a viable commercial business. Right now, it's just got this innovative technology that is trying to prove in the market. And then even if it proves it in the market that it is effective, that it does offer benefits in addition to what exists in the market, there's still a lot of roadblocks before its technology is adopted widely in the market. You might say, well, why wouldn't car companies immediately adopt their technology if it's better than what they already have? Here's one reason why. If QuantumScape's battery technology is better than what they already have, however, QuantumScape can only produce, let's say, 1,000 of these batteries every quarter, then very few, if any, car companies are going to adopt that, because for 1,000 units, they can't fully adopt that in any model, right? They're not going to do, let's say Ford, for example, the Ford F-150 pickup truck. If they can only have 1,000 of these types of batteries, what are they going to do? Make 1,000 of them with this special battery and then make the rest of the F-150s with the legacy battery technology? They're not going to do that. They're going to stick with the older technology and say, when this is ready at larger scale, we'll switch over, or we might switch over. But for now, since it's not ready for large scale production, we'll stick with what we have. Even though we know this is better, it's not better for us as a company because it won't meet our requirements. And so even if the company QuantumScape proves that it works, they also need to get through a bunch of other hurdles before the product can be adopted widespread in the market. Now, it might still happen. It just means that it's going to take longer than investors might expect, right? It's still very early stages. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes another few years before this technology is widely accepted in the market. Moving on, management says that their primary focus is on the QSE5 development with the goal of enabling superior performance on a range of potential automotive applications across motorsport, passenger, commercial vehicles, including motorcycles, cars, trucks, and SUVs. And that's the big goal, that's the big target, is that market. Because right now, I've been saying this with all of my EV videos. The main constraint consumers face with adoption of electric vehicles is the time difference in charging, is the major inconvenience with charging compared to filling up your car at a gas station with fuel. Right? Think of how quick and how convenient and how many gas stations there are worldwide, and compare that with charging an electric vehicle. The locations are far fewer, the filling up, the charging process takes much longer, and so that inconvenience factor makes people say, and on top of all that, it's more expensive to own an electric vehicle vis-a-vis a legacy car. People say, all right, I'll stick with my, my regular car with the internal combustion engine. I don't need to switch right now. I know the government is trying to get me to switch by offering me incentives and all of that. But even after I account for all of those incentives and tax breaks and all of that stuff, it's still more expensive, most likely for most people, to own an electric vehicle versus owning a legacy internal combustion engine vehicle. So it's more expensive and it's more inconvenient. And so people are not choosing electric vehicles. Now, let's say QuantumScape is successful in delivering its solid-state battery technology widely to the market, which makes it easier to charge, meaning it takes less time to charge, right? That's one of the features of QuantumScape's technology, is that it'll make it faster to charge, it'll make it more reliable, it'll be safer. And so that will cause some people to say, okay, now that difference is not that much, and so I will maybe go ahead and switch over now, because instead of, having to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes to charge my car, now it only takes 10, 15 minutes. And so, all right, I guess I'll do it now. It's still more inconvenient than the legacy internal combustion engine. But anyways, the government is eventually going to force everyone to switch over to electric vehicles. And so if I'm going to be buying a car anytime soon, might as well be an electric vehicle, right? So that might get those rest of us that are hesitant to switch over to electric vehicles. QuantumScape's battery technology, the solid state battery technology, might be the thing that pushes more consumers over to electric vehicles. And so because of that, manufacturers, companies like Tesla and Rivian and Ford and GM and others, are interested in QuantumScape's success, because that will help boost sales of their electric vehicles. So they want QuantumScape to succeed, and that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit more intrigued about QuantumScape stock. Is if the company achieves a certain amount of milestones, then it makes itself an attractive buyout target by one of these companies that can say, okay, you know what, you guys have come far along enough, and you're moving along slowly because you don't have the kind of resources that we might have. And so if we were to buy out this company and we were to put billions of dollars behind this effort to accelerate the development of this technology and customize it for our needs, maybe that could make this more viable. And so that's what I've been looking at with QuantumScape. Although I will say, looking at QuantumScape's stock price is a bit discouraging. You can see the stock price history. January of 2021, this stock was trading at more than $120 per share. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but in 2021, I think many of these EV related stocks were trading way too high of a valuation. I don't think it should have ever been anywhere near this valuation. But again, I'm repeating myself here, as I do with most of my electric vehicle videos. Now down here, nearly 90 something percent lower at $5.50, it's beginning to look more interesting. Although I will say, I still think it's too expensive. Now, if this stock was to fall by another 50 to 75%, then I would start to take a look at this stock more closely. So even at these valuations at near 90% below where it was, I still think it's overvalued, because I think there's still so much left to be proven from this company. And so for that reason, I still think it's overvalued. Nevertheless, the news that came out of QuantumScape in this report, as I've shared with you, is great news. It's massive news for QuantumScape stock investors because it's another step forward, and that's what the company needs to do. Just keep making steps forward, hitting that next milestone, bridging that closer gap, making itself more commercially viable, and eventually it will reach the target, it will reach the goal, and make itself a sustainable company. Just steps forward, that's what it needs to do, and this was certainly one of those steps forward. But before I let you go, if you gained any value from this video, please subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me make more videos just like this one. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. This channel wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you so much for watching.